Well, I've been associated with showing cattle there since starting about 1951. Of course, I've been in helping with the show steers since 1959, but not only with my family or my kids, but my friends and people that would work for me. I would help them with their kids, and we've always managed to do well with them. The cattle used to bring just about market price for whenever you placed them and all. And then back in about in 1980 or so, then I think the Syndicate got started, and that was the most wonderful thing that ever happened to the Fort Worth Stock Show. And at this time, we feel like the Fort Worth Stock Show is one of the better ones, and the sale is the best, and you can credit a lot of it to the Syndicate.
Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. This episode is designed to make you feel optimistic about the future of ranching. We're featuring a special group of highly successful business people who have made it their mission to support youth in agriculture. They're all members or sponsors of the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate.
The history of the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate is long and I will say storied. We began in 1980 with a very few members, people that had a passion and a desire to reward the hard work of the young men and women who exhibit in Fort Worth. The Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate is a 501c3 charitable organization whose mission is to bring money to the sale of champions. We bring donors to the sale of champions. We want to reward hard work for the young men and women who come and show in Fort Worth. The young men and women that exhibit in Fort Worth have worked year-round to bring their projects to the sale of champions. This is a family endeavor. You go out and you look at those trailers and you've got multiple generations of people involved, grandparents, you've got parents, you've got siblings, you've got the exhibitors, and it's a team effort. And these people put all of that into the show and coming, and it's remarkable. What's interesting about the sale of champions is that the sale rewards the hard work, not only of the young men and the women that bring the steers. The steers are the ones that get all the press. The grand champion is the one that shows up and gets all the press. But these young men and women that bring lambs, goats, pigs, they're all rewarded as well. And that's what we're so proud of here in Fort Worth, is that sale of champions truly celebrates the tradition, the heritage of Texas. Whether you're bringing steers, whether you're bringing lambs, goats, pigs, we want to reward everybody's hard work. Being a donor of the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate enables the donor to meet the young man or woman who exhibits the steer at the sale of champions. That's a tremendously unique opportunity. We all give to our chosen charities. However, it is rare to be able to meet the recipient of your charity. And when you attend the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate Sale of Champions, you have the opportunity to meet the individual exhibitor who your money will be going to help further their education, to enable them to buy another project for the years to come. So it is a tremendously unique opportunity to give charitable dollars. Additionally, individuals who are not necessarily able to come to the Sale of Champions would like to donate to the Jimbob Norman Scholarship Fund. That Jimbob Norman Scholarship Fund facilitates the donation of 20 $10,000 scholarships every year. Individuals, corporations, businesses, foundations all find that a very attractive way to give those charitable dollars. Those scholarships enable 4-H and FFA students from across the state of Texas to attend a 4-year university and achieve their education in agriculture or life science. Over the years, since 1980, we have brought over $45 million to the Sale of Champions. All that money goes across the state of Texas. 234 counties, and we're really, really proud of the membership that is able to bring that amount of money and share it throughout the state of Texas.
The Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate has grown dramatically, and much of the credit goes to generous sponsors.
This year, the Syndicate and Sale has a new title media sponsor,
Capital Farm Credit. What a great partnership. Like the successful business owners who purchase steers or donate to the scholarship fund, Capital Farm Credit is well aware of the importance of financially rewarding our top 4-H and FFA youth.
Capital Farm Credit just celebrated their 100 years, their centennial in 2016. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson signed the Farm Credit Act providing secure financing for farmers, ranchers, and rural America. I think it's no secret that in Texas and the United States that the average age of a producer, farmer, rancher is getting older and older every year. And what's important about us supporting the youth in agriculture is it's us giving back to that next generation. Most of these operations are multi-generational operations, but for them to have sustainability and succession, we've got to make a contribution in youth and agriculture, and there's not a better way than 4-H or FFA. That philosophy ties directly with our philosophy, and in order to keep those operations moving forward generation over generation, we felt like that's a great place to make our contribution both financially and spiritually.
The 2017 Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo Sale of Champions will be broadcast live on Saturday, February 4th. You'll see it right here on RFD TV. The Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate media sponsors for this year's live broadcast on RFD TV are Capital Farm Credit, The Cattleman's Restaurant, Benny Keith Food and Beverage Distributors, D&M Auto Leasing, Cowboys and Indians Magazine, Phelps Dunbar Law Firm, and the Texas A&M School of Law. We'll be back with more from the American Rancher. Stay with us.
We want a trust relationship with our customers. We want them to know that we care about them, that our products work, and we'll stand behind them.
To come back and purchase, to bid and buy their customers' cattle, they're very, very dedicated to a customer's product, and I think that creates a lot of longevity.
98, that's 63,000. Thank you.
Superior Livestock has taken the guesswork out of bringing select genetics into your cow herd through the Superior Select Replacement Female Auctions. These replacement females are solid and ready to go to work for you. Be sure and register for these upcoming Superior Select Replacement Female Auctions.
It's the new cattle drive for the modern day. Market your livestock the superior way.
Superior Livestock is proud to announce a new partnership with Biozyme Inc. Since 1995, value-added calf programs have created premiums when calves sell on Superior's video auctions. Traditionally, when ranchers think of adding value, it is derived from a quality health program dependent upon vaccinations. But together, Superior and Biozyme are putting a new twist on creating premiums for healthier cattle through a mineral supplement program. Healthier cattle are more profitable, and now cattle that have been fed a VitaFirm or GainSmart Amifirm-based mineral supplement for a minimum of 45 days prior to auction will receive the VitaFirm or GainSmart value-added logo in Superior's catalogs and on-screen as the cattle sell. VitaFirm raised targets cow-calf producers and is for calves that are raised on a VitaFirm fed dam and or was fed a VitaFirm mineral themselves during preconditioning for a minimum of 45 days prior to the auction and through delivery. GainSmart targets stalker, feeder, and backgrounding operators and will recognize calves that have been fed a GainSmart mineral for a minimum of 45 days prior to auction and through delivery. For more information, go to superiorlivestock.com or call 800-422-2117.
Welcome back to the American Rancher and our special look at the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate. Here's a number that might shock you and makes the mission of the syndicate that more important. According to U.S. News and World Report, The average college graduate in the class of 2016 was $37,172 in debt with student loans. $37,000 in debt before they even started their careers. Students with 4-H and FFA livestock projects keep track of all their expenses and input costs. Hopefully, that better prepares them to handle their money in college.
With agriculture being such a cornerstone industry in our state, and in our country for that matter, these kids certainly learn the value of the time, energy, and effort they have to put into this business. And many times they see in their families do this tiring work with very little in return. So with that being said, for us to offer these kids the ability to continue their education, to learn about the business aspect of the farming and ranching business, and then of course is the science in the farming and ranching business, it's important that they have the ability to go to college and learn this stuff. So for us to be able to provide that for them and help defray some of those costs, it's really neat to be a part of.
These individuals that raise the steers, they have to put a lot of time and effort into it. It's like having a job. It is their first job in many respects, and they have to take on a great deal of responsibility. And you see the ones that put in the time do well year in, year out, and it really pays dividends for them. There are over 100 members in the Stock Show Syndicate, and we are like a football team. We all have assignments that we carry out. Sometimes it's confusing as to who's doing what, but everything gets done. Everything gets done in a timely fashion to help these kids, and it's really amazing what we're able to accomplish. This is a year-round organization. We put forth a lot of effort into this to make this a great event for the kids because they've worked year-round. We're going to work year-round to make sure they're taken care of.
Of course, the champion steer at any major stock show always attracts a lot of bidding. And buying one of the big winners is good advertising for a business. But what the syndicate is perhaps the most proud of is that they have recruited enough buyers and sponsors that every animal in the sale is going to bring a substantial premium. The floor price fluctuates some each year, but last year, every steer brought at least $5 per pound.
I've been a member of the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate for 14 years, and in that time it has been amazing to see just how many kids have been directly benefited in their agricultural pursuits through both the Sale of Champions and the Jimbob Norman Scholarship Fund. The Stock Show as well as the Sale are our area's most significant events, and my firm wanted to be a part of that and also invest in these young people who exhibit such great devotion and discipline as well as enthusiasm. They are our future leaders, and we recognize this. I worked in the Stock Show office and the superintendent's office for a number of years in the cattle barns and riding these kids up and when they would arrive and leave, and so you really got to spend many hours a day watching them and what they do with these animals.
The Sale of Champions has a lot of repeat buyers, even though they don't actually leave the sale with a steer. They leave the sale having met the young person who spent literally months preparing that steer and hoping they might have a shot to lead him into the spotlight at the Fort Worth Sale of Champions.
I think these kids crave it. I think they enjoy it and they crave it. It's just, it's something that's in you. It's building their character. You know, it's competitive, and that's great. And I think that's just another element that they're learning, and that they get to put that's in them inherently. And I know they're enjoying it. I get to see it every day. You see it every sale. You see it every Sale of Champions. Look at their faces. Look at the families' faces. Look at the sponsor faces. It touches everybody. It touches all of us. It touches the community.
Everyone brings their best livestock to Fort Worth for a chance to be in the sale. By bringing their top animals to the Fort Worth Stock Show, they are carrying on a tradition that traces back to 1896.
I have a ranch down in South Texas. I think it's important to hold on to our heritage, and I think Fort Worth does a great job of it. And so anything we can do to support those kids and that lifestyle, I'm personally all for it.
Well, the Junior Livestock Show here at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo is actually one of the largest shows that we have. This last year we had approximately 30,000 entries in our junior show, and they came from 238 counties across the state of Texas. Now there's only a total of 254 counties in the state, so almost every county was represented here. Well, obviously the funds that the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate raises for the sale of champions is a critical part. It's one of the major reasons why these kids want to come here. Everybody wants a chance to grab the golden ring. The one fact is that we still hold a true auction, in that every dollar that's raised goes direct to those kids. There's not any of it that's set aside. There's no caps on any of those sales. So that's one reason those kids want to come here. I think that for the most part, these buyers understand that these kids have put in a lot of hours, long hours, a lot of dedication to going out there and raising these animals. It's not just when you want to. Those animals have to be tended to every day. And it's not just feeding and watering, but it's actually working with those animals. It's getting there and hands-on and leading them. And sometimes it starts with being led instead of leading.
Last year's 292 lots grossed $3.4 million, all of which went directly to those youth exhibitors. The champion in 2016 brought a high bid of $210,000. Divided by his weight, he ended up bringing a healthy $154 per pound. Of course, only a fraction of the steers shown will place high enough to make the sale of champions. The syndicate wanted a way to reward other livestock exhibitors who had worked equally hard and who would be good ambassadors for agriculture. So they endowed a scholarship fund in honor of a past chairman, Jimbob Norman. When we come back, we'll meet some of the students who have benefited from the syndicate's annual efforts.
The search is over. Superior Livestock's online store is now bringing you the most current trends and fads to meet all your needs. We're currently offering a fresh new lineup of ball caps, jackets, vests, gloves, and many more specialty items that will turn everyone's head the Superior way. The Superior online store has plenty to choose from for men, women, and children. Whether you're in the need for the perfect gift or just looking for yourself, you're at the right place. Don't miss out and visit our Superior Livestock online store at superiorlivestock.com. You'll be glad you did.
It's time to mosey on down to Music City for the NCBA Trade Show and Convention, February 1st through 3rd. Be sure and find Superior Livestock Auction Booth 1059 and learn how we can help give you an edge in today's market. We'll see you in Nashville.
It's the new cattle drive for the modern day. Market your livestock the Superior way.
Leachman Cattle of Colorado focuses on breeding better cattle for their customers. They study bloodlines, EPDs, and performance data when planning matings to produce future bulls. And here's yet another opportunity to profit from what they've learned. Join Leachman on February 9th for the 6th annual Early Bird Bull Sale, offering 125 plus stabilizer bulls. This racehorse-style timed auction will be featured on Smart Auctions. For more information, contact Superior Productions. Leachman Cattle, providing an impact on the ranch, in the feedlot, and on the rail.
It's a new year, and with that, our new Superior Livestock auction dates. We will now be holding our 2017 cattle auctions on Thursday instead of Friday. For a full list of our 2017 schedule, please visit superiorlivestock.com. Superior Livestock, proudly serving the livestock industry for 30 years.
Welcome back to the American Rancher. Since 1984, the Syndicate has awarded more than $1.4 million in 4-H and FFA scholarships.
Our fund started in 1984. We named it in honor of Jimbob Norman, who had been our chairman, died unfortunately at a young age. Our idea was that whereas we're supporting kids that bring their animals to the sale, we thought it was also important to have a fund that we could help them with through our scholarship fund to help them once they're entering college. So we've done that since 1984. In our early years, we were able to give away 4 $2,000 scholarships, and we've grown that through the years now that we're giving 20 $10,000 scholarships.
The scholars must attend a Texas institution in pursuit of a 4-year bachelor degree in an agricultural or life sciences curriculum.
So I raised market burros throughout high school. I started my freshman year. It became my passion. I really loved it. I found a niche in that, and I found a family outside of family. I learned how to have a true work ethic that sets me apart from numerous people, and I have had multiple employers tell me that I definitely have a work ethic that stands out, and I can definitely tell you that it's because of my livestock projects. When I was a little girl, I always was like, I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna get that degree, I'm gonna make myself, I'm gonna make my parents proud. And without the scholarship and the help of others, I really just couldn't have done it. I'm so grateful that I've had that experience and that I had FFA to bring me to that, and I'm so grateful for my teacher. He's really helped me through a lot of that. He helped me figure out that I did have the potential to go to college and that I could get something so big as this Jimbob Norman Scholarship and others.
The Jimbob Norman Scholarship has helped me immensely, paying for my schooling, paying for my books. I didn't have to get a job till my junior year of college. Because of this, I was able to get involved on campus. I was able to get multiple leadership positions around my campus, and this is going to help me later in life with my leadership skills and also my life goals.
These scholarships are a saving grace to these students, and to anyone else who's thinking about donating to a scholarship. If you are able to do that, I would just say do it. Don't put it off. Don't feel like it won't make a difference, because it makes a huge difference. I have so much more of a future ahead of me, and if that's because of those people who are willing to give freely and make those donations.
To help the syndicate with your tax-deductible purchase of a steer, or to help with their scholarship programs, email the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate at chairman@FWSSS.com.
One of the exciting things is last year the sale topped $3 million, and we hope it'll top $3 million again this year. If it does, that means that over $50 million will have been raised since the inception of the syndicate. All that money goes to the kids, and that's what makes Fort Worth such a great place. It's willing to come out and do those things. Many people may not be aware that there is a Texas A&M School of Law, or that it's in Fort Worth rather than College Station. So this is a great opportunity for us to help get the word out to people in Fort Worth and generally in ag, that now there's an ag law school and it's here in Fort Worth.
Cattleman's Steakhouse has been a supporter of the Fort Worth Stock Show for generations.
The city the size of Fort Worth and in most parts of the country doesn't have the background that we have in the livestock business, and the amount of time that our leaders and everyday walk of life people in the syndicate contribute to this effort is amazing.
I mean, anybody that has a dedication to get up before the sun comes up to feed their whatever animal they're raising, and then to go to school and come back and do the same thing, and day in, day out, it's, yes, of course, we're going to learn something.
The reason I got involved was because of my background. You know, I grew up showing steers. My kids showed steers, and so I had a passion for it. I have a real soft spot in my heart for those kids that are trying to make a little money to save to go to college. If you think about agriculture today, there's a great need to have good kids, that are going to grow into good adults, and there's no better program than the junior 4-H and FFA programs. I mean, if you are ever around those kids, they're yes sir, no sir, hardworking, and we need those kind of kids to stay in agriculture. So it develops a passion in agriculture for them. They develop that love for those animals.
Let's reward those kids for their work ethic and their choices. Let's encourage them to stay involved with livestock and with the ranching way of life that's meant so much to all American ranchers. We want to thank you for watching today. We hope you learned something about the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate. To find out more about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or connect with us on Facebook. I'm Pam Minnick. For the entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.